what's our word of the week?
All right. You know what, guys? I think we're going to have to do another hour, and I'll upload 2 podcasts, because goddamn has this been boring.
We haven't even got to the transcripts yet.
We haven't got to any... God
We're going to have to do a little
This
extra
hasn't
time.
been boring. It's been
No,
exciting.
it's been
I
good. We're going to have
liked
to do a
it.
little extra time.
But we need to get to our word of the week for Jared.
All right.
We got to get some of him in here this week.
Pudgel,
Yes.
your phrase of the week
All right.
is... I hope I'm pronouncing this right.
Grab that pussy.
Kennebunkport surprise.
Kennebunkport surprise.
Wow, it would help if you knew what Kennebunkport was.
I don't think it's a real thing.
Yes, it is. Kennebunkport is a place.
Oh,
It's a
what?
place.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, what is
Okay,
it?
wait, where is it?
It is
Thailand.
on the East Coast.
Oh.
It is the Kennedy compound.
Oh, that makes this make so much more sense.
So is it like?
It's Kennebunkport, Maine.
Oh, do you get like? So is it a surprising like shot to the head? Bullet to the brain?
a surprise bullet to the back of the head.
Now, how would that be a fun sexual thing?
Yeah,
Hey,
come
you
on,
never know.
come on, do a little better.
If it's right when you climax.
I mean, how about a fun?
I mean,
how about-
it's
I mean, it
a
could be
bullet
a-
to their brain, like right after docking.
yeah. Okay, oh well, I mean, if it's a fun sexual thing, then I'm assuming it's supposed to be some type of shot. So maybe like a cum shot to the face without being like without warning.
You know what? With saying it's supposed to be like a fun shot, you're
Or
you're
maybe
kind
that
of
was
close.
where
No.
President Bush is from.
I think you were right. Because here's what it is. Secretly, sneakily, the male fills his mouth to near bursting with New England clam chowder.
Chowder! Chowder!
Then, whilst performing cunnilingus on a woman, he simultaneously punches both of his cheeks, thus blowing the clam chowder up the woman's vagina.
God.
Who the fuck does that?
No, wait a minute. Isn't that where the Kennedy compound is? Kennebunkport?
Yeah, some chowder.
Look it up, Jordan.
Have you heard about? All right. I know this
Clam
is
chowder.
probably.
What the fuck?
This is probably not a true story, but I've seen it all over the internet. And if it is a true story, it's fucking.
Oh, it's on the
disgusting.
internet. It's got to be true.
I know. But I have to imagine that some idiot out there probably did this. But there's a story where a woman knew her man liked mayonnaise a lot, so she decided one night, because he worked the second shift, that she was going to put mayonnaise in her
In her snatch.
Coochie?
in her snitch,
Up
in her
in the-
coochie.
up in
in her snitch, and
Hoo-ha? I like hoo-ha.
so that when her
Right in the
man
box.
so that when her man came home, he had a snack.
Okay.
Well,
Got some beef curtains
she
and
fell
mayonnaise.
asleep. She fell asleep.
Oh, no.
And when she woke up in the morning, him obviously not knowing that was going on, she had maggots inside of her
Ew.
because of the mayonnaise that she had put inside.
That fast? I don't know if that can
That
be
sounds
true.
like it's very
Wait.
quick.
Mayonnaise?
That's an urban myth.
But mayonnaise,
Ugh.
think about it. It's a pretty
That stuff goes bad
disgusting
it
quick.
doesn't
shit.
go bad that quick.
If you put it into a hot area,
How do you get mayonnaise in your vagina?
Did you find out my information about Kennebunkport?
Yes, it's
in
in.
Maine. It's
You just
Kennedy
start
It
fucking
isn't Maine, but is it
scooping
the
mayonnaise
Kennedy
in your
compound or is that where the Bushes are from?
Compound.
It's one of the two. Speaking of Bush.
Whoa! Hey, vagina.
That's a joke.
So Pudge wasn't even close.
No, he was nowhere near.
Well, 'cause I don't know what Kennebunkport is, so he said
He
Kennedy.
told you.
Yeah, he said Kennedy, and I said, oh, getting shot in the head.
I should have told you. Think about the accent. That chowder.
Chowder.
Because Kennedy, I just think of getting your brain.
I love the
flashed
fucking
over the
Kennedy president from The Simpsons.
Mayor Quimby?
No, but they actually have Mayor
Oh,
Quimby is one of them, but they actually have the actual Kennedy.
Yeah, one of them. I forget. He's not a Kennedy, but he's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be a
Right.
Kennedy on The Simpsons.
Oh, God. I think I found a good word, right? Right? Come on. Give it to me.
What is it? Kennebunkport?
Surprise.
Surprise.
So once you're done with that,
Kennebunkport is the summer home of the Bush family.
Of the Bush family. I knew it.
So we
I knew
went-
it was one of them.
So the Kennebunkport surprise is happening on Bush now.
Well, it's just that it's in New England, which has to do with clam chowder.
should pull
Chowder.
those transcripts.
Chowder.
The email one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while we're waiting
Are
for
we going
the
right back to
transcripts,
that?
Most of them, anyway.
while we're waiting for the transcripts, fun fact, an FF of the day. Starting in May of next year, my cigarette brand and the largest cigarette brand in the world, Marlboro, will be releasing their M cigarette or marijuana cigarette in 4 states in the country. I think it's Washington, Colorado.
Yep.
Was it DC and
Washington,
Alaska,
Oregon,
Alaska,
Washington, Oregon, Colorado, where it's all legal, and Washington D.C.
and Alaska. I think is the other one. I don't think it's
I
Washington.
don't think it's
DC.
Alaska.
Yeah, it's Alaska. I saw the video today. It was Alaska.
Yeah.
But because you know
Time to live
Alaska,
it
they
up.
don't even
So
allow
why do we
drinking.
need Marlboro to come out with marijuana cigarettes when there has?
Well,
Oh no,
'cause
no, no!
they-
We don't need them to. But
they
it's
just
a
wanna get in
smart
on the
bid
brand.
on their.
Oh,
it's
it's
just
that's what
smart
they're
for
saying.
their business.
They wanted to get in on
And
the
it's
business.
it's going to be
and-
starting at $89.99 a pack,
Yep.
$90.
$90. But if you think about it, it's 20 joints or cigarettes. It's
Hopefully.
all marijuana. There's no tobacco infused in it. It's pure marijuana in it.
I don't believe they lace it either. There's no anything in it.
No,
Yeah, there's no
would hope
coke in
not.
that weed.
There's no synthetic
No,
marijuana
if they're
in
gonna
there.
sell it, the
Oh.
government has to make sure there's no fucking.
Why not?
Angel dust.
What do you mean?
Why not?
Oh, see, you're all for that government regulation. Damn
Hell
you!
yeah, I am. You know what I am? A fucking
Exactly why
Democrat.
we're about to talk about these transcripts.
I'm a fucking
Apparently
liberal. I
Hillary's
want
not for the
regulations.
regulation. But yes, starting May of next year, 2017, Marlboro will be putting out their M cigarettes.
Yep.
So look for the green packs, not the menthol, but the M
I
cigarettes.
kind of like that they're getting in on it because Marlboro is a brand that sounds stupid, but it's a
Brand
brand
that I
people-
trust.
It's a brand that you trust, right? Like, there's a reason I buy a Marlboro pack every time. Like, it's a
because
good
it's not fucking gross like Camel.
or Newport.
It's a flag that I
Ugh.
trust.
Yeah. It's a Rise Against.
Yes, my
Fuck
second
yeah.
Rise Against reference.
So we would like you.
So
Jordan.
only the only Wall Street can fix the problems on Wall Street, according to Hillary.
yes.
Oh my
only the
god.
people who are.
Well, that sounds like Trump.
Yeah.
You know, he knows all the tricks, so he's the only one who can fix them.
All right,
Okay, okay, you know what?
Listen,
No, that
we are
is-
not. We are not.
We're not talking about Trump.
We are
Oh,
not.
grab him by the pussy.
We are
Grab him by the
not
pussy.
comparing
Fuck her right in
the
the
two of them.
pussy.
We are not going to sit here and say, well, Trump's this bad, so Hillary's not that bad in comparison. Because we've already.
But she's not that bad in
We've
comparison.
already determined that.
We've had this argument.
Everybody is
yes.
not-
I don't
And
think we've
see,
ever
if-
talked about how
Oh,
horrible
yeah.
Trump
If-
is.
Oh
No,
my
we have.
God.
If
Is it even a point? Do we even have to? Listen, Jordan came out the other day and was pissed off at Julian Assange for attacking Hillary. And Julian Assange realizes he doesn't have to do shit for Trump because he's done enough shit on his own to get himself in trouble.
Honestly, let's be real here.
And that's what pissed me off about Bill Maher when he interviewed him. Every time that Bill Maher has Julian Assange on, he says, why not talk about Trump? Because he's a fuckhead himself. He fucks himself up. Listen, if you think that the Trump campaign... I'm sorry, if you think that the Hillary campaign is fucking terrible, look at the Trump campaign and how they're running their shit.
it's garbage.
Yes, they're really
It's
bad.
They are
really, really
bad.
But there are people still supporting him.
But
That's the problem.
Yes, but you're
Hold
gonna
up.
always have that.
Trump-
Oh
you're not
my
gonna,
God.
Okay,
Trump
you're
is
not gonna tell me that
obviously
every
bad.
single Republican's gonna say, "Oh yeah, he's bad." That's just not gonna happen.
Yes, because there are so many Republicans who say, not Hillary. I'll vote for Trump instead of Hillary.
yes, but listen,
Of course, there are a lot of people dropping off now.
Yeah.
but it's again, this is all meaningless because we know that Hillary's gonna win. We know.
Well, if it's all meaningless, then why are we even talking about it?
Thank you. Let's stop.
Yeah, please.
All right, Pudge, what do you want to talk about?
because
I don't know. Fucking Jordan had Pokemon up on his computer earlier. That's kind of cool. He showed me some cool Pokemon.
Is the
Pokemon.
new game closer to release?
Hey, is
November
Snapchat
18th.
really worth $25 million fucking dollars?
I think
Fuck
so.
no.
It's worth
Yeah.
25 million nudes. A lot of people send dick pics on Snapchat
90% of Snapchat dick pics, actually.
or tits.
That's the
or
metric
ass.
on there.
Is it really that much?
There's a lot of
Yeah.
nudes. There are people who make an account and then advertise on Twitter for the sole purpose of
On
just
Twitter or Snapchat?
they make a Snapchat and then they like advertise it on stuff for the sole purpose of like putting up Snapchat stories of them just like masturbating or just like nudes or something.
All I know is that today I saw one of our followers on Twitter. I saw her tits on her little profile picture, and she's looking for a boyfriend.
Justin.
Justin
boy.
single.
Oh boy.
That's the way to do it.
Oh no.
Put yourself
go-
out there.
So go ahead, Jordan. Defend her. Defend her. Her argument.
Oh, we're just going right back to it?
Oh, we're going right
Oh,
back
yeah.
to
Right
it.
back
Yes.
Okay, so
Because
which one do you
Jeremy's
wanna
got
say?
some
Because
Jack Daniels in him, so he
Just
wants to
dive
get
deep.
into this.
I'm feeling feisty.
Again, I've read not all of these, but I've read like excerpts from these like email transcripts that WikiLeaks posted. Nothing is really bad.
Okay, well, if that's the case, why didn't she release them?
Cause I was actually talking about this with Daniel the other day. It's one of the things that actually makes people mad at Hillary Clinton is because we demand from her
Transparency.
She's one of the most transparent people in politics. But we demand from her more things than we do for other politicians.
Do we, though?
Yes. What other politician do you want to see their paid speeches for? What other politician do we demand more medical history?
Preferably all of them.
All of them.
Again, but no one else is demanding.
No one
to
else
see
is
that.
running for president. No one else is running for president.
Other people
Jordan.
have, and you haven't seen them ask for it either.
Jordan, I don't think you realize that this is the first election me and Jeremy are both actually involved in, but we had these opinions before. So, yes, it may seem stupid that the country suddenly cares, but we just got into this.
But I'm just
We
saying.
care.
But I don't think it's important for us to know what she said during a
I
paid
think
Oh,
it
speech.
it's
is.
so
What the-
important.
why?
Look. So
Why
look at
is
this.
it- no,
Look at this.
no,
Look at this.
under-
Look at this. Look at this.
Okay.
Look at when she says that you have a public and a private opinion on things.
Yeah, I read that. I didn't see anything wrong with that.
You see nothing wrong with that. You see nothing wrong with telling the public one thing and then having your own private opinion on things.
That's called being two-faced, Jordan.
No, it's not.
That's called not
That-
being transparent.
That's called
what
trying
that
to
is.
live in the political reality of our world. And here, I'll read
stop
you.
reading the political reality bullshit.
No, you
Stop.
guys want some kind of purist ideology to work through things, and that's not how government works. I'm sorry. You guys are in this naive fantasy land where you think you can just be this pure ideological bullshit, and you're wrong.
So
you
no
have
one
to
can be
live in the
pure.
world.
We all
No,
have to have corrupt politicians, is what you're saying.
the difference between working and doing things you don't want to do and being corrupt. And you guys seem to think that you can just magically get all your wants done. That's not how the world works. And you need to get your heads out of your asses
No, see,
and
all right.
realize
Your
that.
head is up your
listen.
own ass.
Jordan, all right.
Speaking of asses, I'm gonna go shit.
The problem is, there is a problem with saying that you have a public opinion and a private opinion. There is a problem with that, because it is not transparent. It is basically telling us that in public you'll say one thing, and then behind closed doors you will say another thing. Which I get it. That's how politics works. But is it how it should work? Is how the people who are working for us, is that how it should work?
Why can't we strive to be better?
I'm saying.
It's
I
what it
think
feels like.
in-
It feels
in-
like you don't even care to try and make things better. It
You
feels like you're just
okay
trying
with the
to-
system and you just want to keep rolling with it.
Again, honestly, yes. I'm fine. Yes, we can always improve upon it, but right now we've
But
got.
you don't want to improve upon it. You don't want to. You
You're
still
not willing
want
to.
You still want her to be president.
Yes, absolutely. I want her to be president.
Even though there was a better candidate out there who was
I
more
don't
transparent.
think there was a better candidate out there.
who was more transparent, held his ideologies.
Bernie
and
was better.
went
I
for
believe Bernie
what
was
he
better.
I don't
wanted.
think he was better.
Why?
I think he was.
I don't. He wasn't a
Well, okay,
Democrat
so here's
until
the
this
thing.
election. So I
You
don't.
see her sucking up to Goldman Sachs in these transcripts, telling them that the only people who can fix this problem is the people who work in the industry. That makes no sense.
She did not say the only people who can fix this problem. She said, we want you to help us fix this problem because you have worked in the industry. And why is that a bad thing?
She
These people,
listened.
the
She
solution
said.
has to
She
come
She
from
said
said.
the
industry.
problems on Wall Street need to be fixed by Wall Street.
She said that.
That's what she said.
She said that Wall Street. She said that Wall Street and the banks causing the recession was an oversimplification, which we all know was not true. The banks caused the recession.
Yes, the
It
banks
was not
caused
an
the recession.
oversimplification. She was literally pandering to these fucks because they gave her $225,000 to give this speech.
Give me 225 grand. I'll tell you whatever you fucking want to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're
Exactly.
saying. No, look, what we really fucking want, what a lot of us really just fucking want, is for our politicians to stop taking a shit ton of money from these companies, because then we can't even imagine that they would sway their opinion based on them. Why do we have the system where we let these companies pay them so much fucking money to say things? It doesn't make sense.
you're talking about two different issues right now. What these are private, non-governmental, paid speeches.
Do you not see that
Paid
one derives
speeches.
from the other?
I'm
Where-
telling you.
As she works for the government.
No,
No.
at the time she wasn't working for the
Okay,
government.
but she was going to run for president.
But she
That
was
doesn't mean she
not
was
working for the government. She's not working for the government right now.
So
She's not.
What all of these things
Okay.
are done in her private time for private funds. None of this impacts any campaign or anything like that. These are private speeches.
Well, that's not true either.
Okay.
Okay, well,
I'm
here's
saying
the thing.
these
She-
are paid to her as an individual with her experience as Hillary Clinton.
Son, I'm voting for her, and you can't defend this.
with no...
I don't.
can't.
There's nothing here that strikes me as, oh my god, this is a gotcha moment.
What
this is-
we
there's
just
nothing here.
pulled out a bunch of things for you.
No. My problem isn't just her. but it's all politicians who will just, at the drop of a
Yes.
dime, pander
Yes.
to anybody at any time. And that bugs the shit out of me. And she's not immune from it. That doesn't make it right or wrong or whatever. But she does it, and it bothers me when she does it, and it bothers me when anybody does it.
This isn't a discriminatory thing. We're not just mad at Hillary Clinton. We're mad at all our politicians. We're mad that this is the norm. We're mad that this is the regular situation, and that you seem to be okay with that.
You're not seeing the flaws in your candidate. Is
Well,
basically
see, but
what-
see,
Oh, no,
the difference
she has a lot of
is
flaws.
the difference is,
Oh, I've never
unlike you two, we don't want to see everything burned down.
Neither
wanna-
do we. All right.
We want
that
to
is
try.
so-
No,
we
what
want to
bothered
work
me-
from within the system.
Exactly.
Can you stop taking my joke and treating it like it's a real thing? My joke of, oh, I just want to watch the world burn. That
Well,
is
why
a
do you
joke.
joke about
but
it
it's
then?
not a joke. When you say you don't want to
All
vote, or
jokes
you're
are
not
valid.
going to vote for one of the two possible winners, then you want to watch it burn.
No.
Why is
no.
voting for what
No.
I believe suddenly wait? Why is that suddenly a problem that where I just want to see the world burn down because I'm voting for what I believe in? Why does that suddenly become a problem?
It's not that, but you're, like I said, we are trying to work from within the system, and you're trying to be on the outside.
But the system is rigged, and you've seen
But
that.
the system is
That's why you have
flawed.
to try and
the
change
system
it.
is broken.
You know what civil disobedience is?
I do.
It's the same concept.
And you know what? Continuing to vote out of fear like this changes nothing.
I ain't afraid of shit.
Apparently, you're afraid of Trump because you're voting for Hillary. You could write in Bernie Sanders, who you think
Or
is the
vote
better
for Jill Stein
candidate.
because you agree with her on
Or vote for
94%
Jill
of
Stein
things.
because you vote. Yes, exactly. You could
Hey,
do that.
but I agree
Especially-
77% of the time with Hillary.
But you agree more with Jill Stein. She's your better candidate.
She
Why
is
don't
your
you vote
better
for her?
candidate, and you live in a fucking blue state, which you know she's gonna win anyway, and yet you still refuse to vote for her.
You are ignoring your real candidate.
You are the one who is not willing to fucking just cast your vote for something that matters. You're just willing to do it out of fear.
I am the one
You
who
are
is
the one
ball
who are
licker.
the ball lickers.
All you fucks can eat our shit, and then eat the shit that we shit out that was made up of our shit.
I'm saying this goes back to something that you said. I think it was last week or the week before.
Put that
and it stuck
money
with
in
me,
my hand.
How you said you were willing to risk 4 years of Trump to vote your conscience.
Did I say that?
Yes. You said, I'd be willing to vote for whoever and let Trump win, because you'd be willing to take a step back, to regress as a society, to vote your conscience.
Okay, first of all,
But you know what? You
there's
guys
no-
are right, because this is basically a moot argument, because Hillary's going to win Illinois.
Yes,
So I guess I could vote for Jill Stein.
you should if you agree with her on 94%.
You should vote who you agree with.
Yes, but I remember 2000.
That is flawed. No, that is flawed. Listen, you forget to realize that Ralph Nader did not affect 2000 at all.
Like the drummer?
He did not affect that at all.
Ralph Nader's a drummer?
Yeah, as a black guy, he drums. He marched for Blue Devils.
No, but he knows what that is.
Yeah, they do.
Shout out to the band Geeks.
BYOS.
So wait, Ralph Nader had nothing to do with 2000?
He did not. You are missing the point that was it Al Gore?
Uh-huh.
He lost his own state.
Well, that's true.
He lost his own state. He lost, was it West Virginia? That's never lost a Democratic debate in how many years?
Yeah, but if he would have won Florida, if those old people would have voted right.
Okay, well, the person who was in charge of voting for Florida was on the Bush campaign.
Yes, we know.
So, all right, Ralph Nader literally had nothing to do with.
know.
Well, then why are
It
you
was-
bringing up that argument?
It was a joke. Take it easy. Calm down.
Well, it's a joke now.
Here.
Now that I've disproved it,
oh,
now it's a joke.
He's an angry whiskey
Yeah,
drinker.
Now that I've disproved it, it's a joke. Listen, there's nothing wrong with voting for a third party, and he did not cost Al Gore the election. He did not.
I agree. I agree with you, and maybe I will vote for Jill Stein.
Apparently,
Okay,
should
so
vote for
this
who
is
you
something
agree
that
with.
you mentioned earlier, and you asked why I didn't like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And this is something that Daniel and I have talked with about back and forth.
I don't
And
want to hear what Daniel
No,
said.
this is
Why don't you
This is
agree
our
with?
idea because we agree on most positions. But when he first came around, I kind of
What positions are those?
Like
Would
when
it be reverse cowboy?
Yes.
that was good. That was good. I'll take that. That was
There's
good.
the glue.
There's the glue.
Holding it together.
He
We
holds
almost
it.
broke apart there. We almost had a huge fight, and then it was done.
Again, it was just with Bernie Sanders. The one thing that bothered me about him so much is that he presented this image of America that was crap. That was something he and Donald Trump had
Whoa.
in common. That Bernie Sanders was saying how the economy is broken, America's not working, things aren't doing well. Donald Trump did the same thing. And perpetuating that kind of like idea that America is not doing well.
No, it's not even close. Donald Trump is saying the country is shit and we have to make it great again. Bernie Sanders is saying the economy is not working for middle class and poor people. And
He's saying,
he is right.
Here are problems. Here are solutions I have. Ta-da. That's what he was doing. He was pointing out problems.
Right.
Not kissing
Not-
America's ass.
Right.
If
And
you
not
look
Donald
at-
Trump saying things are shitty. I can fix it. I just won't tell you how
If
right
you
now.
look
Right.
through the primaries and see which candidate actually threw out the most policy and talked about their policy the most, Bernie Sanders was that person.
That was
Numero
Bernie.
uno.
Absolutely.
Hillary
He talked
Clinton,
about it all the time.
and I love to joke about this all the time. Hillary Clinton, her argument for every single policy is, well, I think we need to talk about it more. I think we have to have some more good conversation about it, which solves nothing.
Well, it's a
She
really
will-
good political answer because it sounds like you care and you want to be well informed. But you see, when you say that more than like twice about the same issue, then it sounds like you're just not figuring out what to do. Like that's a little problem.
Bernie Sanders wanted to actually help the middle class and people in our situation.
Yes.
Whereas Hillary, none of us feel like she is actually going to do that. Because even in her transcript, she said how she's basically been pulled away from that. She doesn't really
She
feel
doesn't
with, she doesn't
understand
feel
our
with us,
economic
right.
troubles.
She doesn't
Her
feel
and
with us
Bill
anymore.
are moderate to right.
I don't
They
think they're
are.
moderate to
Yes,
right.
they
I don't
are.
think
They
so.
are.
Hillary is only pulled left during the primary because of Bernie.
Yeah.
I disagree
She's
with that.
always been right.
She was
Always.
No, she was way left during her administration. They had to rein her in because she was so left.
Who did she run for in the 60s? Who did she campaign for?
Goldwater?
Goldwater.
She was a
Moderate
Goldwater
right.
girl.
Yeah, and she's proud of it. She's
And-
proud
yep,
of it.
she's proud of it.
She's always been moderate right.
parents
And to
were
say that
She has
Republicans.
not always been moderate right. That
she
is
has always
not
been
correct.
moderate right. She has.
That no.
She was on the board
Yes.
for Walmart.
Hated the gays, moderate right.
She hated the gays.
She still doesn't want to legalize marijuana.
still doesn't want to legalize marijuana. Correct.
Yep.
She was
Correct.
not for
She
gay
still
marriage.
wants- she wants
was
to-
on the board of Walmart.
She wants to keep bombing people overseas.
She wants to use drone strikes to take out Julian Assange. So you argue that Trump
To
is
take
going
out Julian Assange?
Have you looked at the WikiLeaks?
Yeah, I haven't
Even
read
if-
it.
okay,
have
let's
not-
just-
hang on. They
let's-
have not put out anything that's been false ever, and they recently put out an article that said in a Congress meeting, Hillary Clinton brought up the fact that why can't we just drone strike him? He's a soft target who doesn't hide behind any barriers because he's not scared of any repercussions. She has said that in the WikiLeaks. You can look it up right now. She made an argument of why we can't just drone strike Julian Assange because he was bashing her.
And I believe, I don't know if she said it explicitly, but she's hinted at it, we would have fucking boots on the ground in the Middle East. And I do not want our soldiers fighting ISIS in the Middle East.
She said during the Commander-in-Chief town hall she would not do that.
would ramp
Even-
the
alright.
war up against ISIS.
Even if she's
And
gonna,
you know that.
even if she continues what Obama's been doing, Obama has been doing what I feel is illegal. He's in he's in Somalia, Yemen, and Pakistan. There've been drone strikes in those three. Hang on, there's been drone strikes in those three countries without any congressional approval, without any United Nations approval. But we've been drone striking them, so we've basically gone to war with three countries without any approval by anyone.
That's not technically true.
Oh, because it's drone strikes and not
No,
foot
it's
soldiers.
not technically true because when Bush was in office, Congress gave him the power to fight terrorism. So he
Is that
can
now
do
a-
that.
really
Now
not-
I don't
is
agree.
it
I don't
not
think.
so-
I want a
supposed to be-
clarification.
And you know what?
Hold up.
Are we not
I wa-
supposed-
I want a clarification question. Is that something that is that a power that has now just been given to the president in general?
It looks like it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, is that good?
No, it's not
No,
good.
it's not
And
good.
but here's the one thing: fuck Pakistan and fuck Somalia. But I do not like.
But it hurts
I know,
civilians.
but exactly. That's my problem with
Drone
it.
strikes kill civilians.
That's my problem. If we could, I don't have a problem with us going in and killing terrorists in Somalia or Pakistan because, like I said, fuck them. They won't do anything about it. But when you're just indiscriminately bombing places and killing civilians, that I have a problem with.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a serious
And
issue.
Hillary's just gonna keep going forward with what Obama's
Right,
put in
Hillary
place.
will continue doing that, and I'm
She will
not.
continue
I don't
Although-
like that.
And
To be
that is
fair-
a fair criticism. And yes, she's definitely hawkish, and I'm not a big fan of it. Daniel's hit or miss on it. I'm not a big fan of her hawkishness, but on the whole, everything she wants to propose, in general, is going to be good for me. She's going to benefit me a lot, and she's
Maybe.
going to help
Maybe.
us. So I don't understand why there's all this dislike because she didn't go far enough, when what she still wants to
Right,
do...
because we don't think that she goes far enough.
But
We
she's-
think that
what-
she is too moderate. That's what we're saying.
when
Okay,
you
and
make
that's-
these when
oh.
you make these moderate kind of changes, they don't. Okay, so we're bringing up problems, and when you take moderate solutions to them, they don't solve the core problem. Is what it is.
Explain...
Right, it's like, here's the biggest example. We were just talking about it earlier. We want $15 an hour minimum wage. She's willing to go 12. That's not far enough for us. She needs to go further.
It's not going
but
to solve
she
the issue.
won't. And that's
no,
the problem
I don't
that
think
we
that
have
she
with her.
won't. I think if she knows that she has a Democratic, at least Senate, she'll be able to push farther. But right now,
You have no evidence that she will.
and you have
though.
no evidence that she won't go farther either.
Yes, because she's never done it before. So why would she change now? If you have to look at her history and say this is how far she goes, she doesn't go any further. So we know she doesn't go any further. What makes you think she's gonna change?
Because people get older, and as they get older, they change their opinions.
As
Every
people
good
get older, they get
politician
more
does that.
conservative.
And she hasn't really. I got
Except
more
for me.
liberal. Except for you.
Except for you. Well, you kind of
you
get.
have-
I'm a fucking Marxist,
Because you
bitch.
have hip young kids to keep you in line.
Because you're all about.
Hillary has kids.
Oh, Punch was gonna say something and couldn't even spit it out.
Hillary has kids who are against marijuana legalization because we need more research, even though not one person has ever OD'd from
Did Chelsea say
marijuana.
that?
Oh yeah, Chelsea said that.
Fuck
Chelsea
Chelsea,
was
too.
giving
Then
a speech about that shit.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Chelsea basically just reiterated everything that her fucking mom has said. We need more research. How
No,
much
we
more
don't. We
fucking
don't need more
research do we need to
research.
know
That
that
is Hillary
not one
Clinton's way
person
of
has ever
delaying an issue.
OD'd?
That is what Hillary Clinton does all the time. We need to talk more. We need to do more
Right.
research.
Here's
we
the
need more
thing.
this or that.
We need more research on how well it works medically. But I don't give a fuck about that.
If it's not
If I
harming-
can sit here and drink beer all day and you can sit here and drink Jack all day, we should be able to sit here and smoke pot all day. Because we know it's no worse for you than alcohol. So fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too.
Whoa, all right.
Actually,
Whoa.
me
there's a very,
personally, I have no problem with anybody taking any drug that they choose.
Yep, I agree.
I
What
have
was
no
that?
problem
What
with that
did
at
you
all.
say?
I
earlier?
had I was talking about this earlier. I think we
You
should
had Coke?
legalize. Yeah.
Oh.
I think we should legalize all drugs in this country, all of them.
I think so
Everything.
too.
Because what happens is what you see in like first world countries when they legalize all these drugs, you see a decrease in drug use and you see an increase in help for the people that have drug problems.
Because instead of going to jail, they get rehab.
I don't even care about any of that shit.
It's just,
I don't want anybody, the government, whoever, telling me if I want to sit down here and smoke crack that I can't do it. I don't want anybody telling me that. I should be able to fucking smoke crack if
you're
I want to sit
arguing
here
the
and smoke
ethics
How
crack.
of
very libertarian of you.
It is.
you know, no, I kind of that's what I'm saying. I agree with libertarians on like their personal kind of things. Like, don't
Exactly.
tell me how to do
Don't
with my
tell
thing.
me what to
They're
do with
restricting
myself. Exactly. Don't tell me what to do with my body.
If
It's a
I-
free choice.
My body's a temple. I'm
My
doing what I
body
want.
is a temple.
All of us here were, or at least the three of us, were Bernie Sanders supporters. But that does not mean that we take everything that Bernie Sanders means to heart. As if, Dad, he is voting for Hillary Clinton. Or at least he says he is. Me and
Jill Stein,
Justin,
94.
Hillary Clinton has said that Bernie Sanders has said that he wants us to vote for Hillary Clinton. But the two of us have decided to go with what Bernie ran on earlier
Yeah,
and said, vote your conscience. So we're going to vote our conscience, is what we're going to do.
I'm gonna figure
Just
out
because
who I agree with
just
the
because
most.
the candidate that we like has made a couple arguments doesn't mean we wholeheartedly believe in them.
That's true.
So because he has this quote unquote libertarian belief that you should be able to take whatever drug you want, it's okay. It's okay. You can have whatever belief you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Who has? Are you talking about me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
with your drug.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
saying,
your drug
Jordan,
idea.
you don't need to agree with everything Hillary Clinton says. If you were just to come out and say, if you were to come out and say, hey, I don't like Donald Trump, so I'm gonna hold my nose and vote for Hillary Clinton, I'd be okay with it. But the fact that you sit here and defend her when she has bad policies, when she has nothing,
She has bad policies in your opinion. I don't have a problem with her policies for the most part. Like, yes, it's not super incredibly liberal like you want, but that doesn't make them bad policies. They are
Well, maybe-
still good progressive policies.
Maybe Jordan doesn't want super liberal policies. That could be.
Jordan's a centrist.
Yes.
I am
Jordan might be a centrist.
I am definitely center left. I'm not like left, left, left. I'm definitely more center left.
If you want to sit in that corner and shoot smack all day, you're a fucking idiot. Go right ahead.
Go for it. You do you, man.
You do you, exactly.
So you are okay with the TPP?
I don't have enough information about it, but
yeah, I don't really
again,
have that much
Is that the
information
total?
about it.
I don't know a
Party.
whole lot about it, but I know it was a deal that was being done behind the country's back.
Yes, behind closed
And
doors.
like they weren't going to
Started
tell
in
the country
2012.
about it
No one knew about it until recently.
until it was passed.
because a lot of times with
It
other
hasn't been passed.
No, but they said they weren't going. Like it was said that they weren't going to talk about it until it had passed, which I think is a huge problem for a democracy. You think we
Yeah.
should know about
Hillary
it?
said it was
no,
the gold
you know
standard.
what? The problem with that is it's international treaties, and with international treaties, a lot of countries that we want to have relations with, their leaders have trouble doing things in the open.
Gotcha. So when it comes to international policies, the people do not have a say anymore. Understood.
So what was the name of the man whose emails got hacked?
It was John Podesta.
John Podesta, right. Did you read the one about the uranium one?
No.
No. Wow. Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, voted to give 1/5 of all uranium in the world to Russia. She wasn't the only one. We also had it from multiple other departments in this country.
Okay, for what reason?
Funding. She received. All right. For another thing, she received
No,
funding.
no, no. Why does Russia want all the 5% or 20? What is it? 20%?
of all uranium.
1/5, yes.
20%?
20% of the uranium in the country. Why do you think they
For
want
what?
uranium?
For what?
What is uranium used for? Weapons?
Not always.
Not
How about
always.
just to run nuclear power plants?
That too. Nuclear power plants and weapons. Things that.
Maybe it's
as
it weapons?
things
Maybe
that-
it's not weapons
things
grade
that-
uranium.
Things that, as progressives, we are not for uranium, are we?
Actually, you know what? We should look more into nuclear power.
I've heard that nuclear power is actually a pretty decent alternative to,
Yeah.
The only problem,
especially nowadays because
But
it's
as
gotten
of-
really safe.
But as of
Here's
right
my
now,
question.
it's
the only
not.
problem with
Here's
nuclear
your
power
question,
is waste.
Mr.
Okay.
Science. I got a science question.
Okay.
Wait, Dad, I think I have your answer. Mitochondria. It is the powerhouse of the cell.
True. You cannot argue.
The one thing you learned in biology.
Why don't you go get me another beer?
The fun fact.
I tried to leave
Before
to
you
take a
ask
shit
that
and you wouldn't let
question,
me.
You
before
can
you
go
ask
get
that
me a beer,
question,
though.
they received money. The Hillary Clinton Foundation received money from Uranium One.
From Uranium One?
Yes.
Who the hell is that?
What is the people that they were giving money to in
Who
Russia?
who had this Uranium One?
Dude, he doesn't have the papers in front of him right now.
No, I don't. Uranium One is a product. It's not a person.
No. It's the company that they were funding.
There's a company called Uranium One.
Yes.
And they do what?
Well, like I said, they were giving money to the Hillary Clinton Foundation. And this was the only, because, the Hillary Clinton Foundation, I'm not going to lie, is pretty good on disclosing who their donors are. They usually say who they are, except for this one.
I'm
did
not
not
going to
say-
argue about the Clinton Foundation because there's nothing wrong with it. They do a lot of good work. I don't even want to argue about
This
it.
WikiLeaks just came out
I don't even
today.
wanna
What do
argue
you
about
mean
it.
you don't want to argue
Tell me about
it?
Uranium One.
That's what I'm working on. The WikiLeaks just came out yesterday and was talking about Uranium One and how they donated money to Hillary Clinton and how this was the only one that she didn't disclose because they were giving 1/5 of the uranium in the world to Russia, and it wasn't
Giving or
just
selling?
selling. But even still, you want to sell uranium to Russia?
Well, somebody has to.
What do you mean? How is that a good thing? If they're so,
If
if they're
uranium
so
was-
bad,
wait.
if we hate Putin so
If
much,
Russia wants to go out and buy uranium, they have to go to somebody, right?
and they have to get the okay from the United States
No, they
Secretary.
don't.
In this situation,
Russia's a sovereign country. They can go and buy whatever the hell they want.
I don't know about this one. I have no knowledge. So
Yeah, I don't even know what he's talking about. Can somebody look this up for me?
I'm reading it from the New York Times from last year.
Mr. Podesta's communications relating to nuclear energy and media handling over donations to the Clinton Foundation from mining and nuclear interests. 1,244 of the emails referenced nuclear energy, The full collection includes emails to and from Hillary Clinton. In April 2015, the New York Times published a story about a company called Uranium One, which was sold to Russian government-controlled interests, giving Russia effective control of 1/5 of all uranium production capacity in the United States. Since uranium is considered a strategic asset with implications for the production of nuclear weapons, the deal had to be approved by a committee composed of representatives from a number of U.S. government agencies. Among the agencies that eventually signed off the deal was the State Department, then headed by Secretary Clinton. The Committee of Foreign Investment in the United States comprises, among others, the Secretaries of the Treasury, Defense, Homeland Security, Commerce, and Energy. Like I said, there's
Right.
other ones.
Exactly.
As Russian interests gradually took control of Uranium One, millions of dollars were donated to the Clinton Foundation between 2009 and 2013 from the individuals directly connected to the deal, including the chairman of the Uranium One, Ian Telfer. Although Mrs. Clinton had an agreement with the Obama White House to publicly identify all donors to the Clinton Foundation, the contributions from the chairman of Uranium One were not publicly
Okay,
disclosed.
I got it. I remember. I saw this on John Oliver. He talked about that on John Oliver. There were 9 other agencies that had to sign off on that. So them giving money to her means absolutely nothing. And
Yes,
not
it
even to
does.
her, it's to the Clinton Foundation.
Okay.
It means absolutely nothing. It doesn't look great, but it means absolutely nothing because I said there were 9 other agencies that had to sign off
9
on
other
it.
agencies signed off on the uranium on them receiving the uranium. That's correct. But none of those agencies had to sign off on them donating money to the Hillary Clinton Foundation or the Clinton Foundation. Is what I'm saying. They donated money to them and they just left it disclosed. Nobody knew. So they just got millions of dollars from this company,
To help poor people.
so we think.
So
Do
are you
you
saying
think
the
the Clintons
Clintons are
are using-
siphoning money off of their charity?
Well, the leak did come out that they used the money, the foundation used their money that they're supposed to be using for poor people to help Hillary Clinton when she was indicted. They used it for her court case when she was indicted.
Indicted? What was she
By the
indicted
FBI.
for?
What do you mean was she indicted
No,
for?
there was
She
no
was never
indictments against
indicted
her.
for anything. What are you talking about?
What are you talking
She
about?
was never indicted for anything. She was never had to go to court or go to a grand jury.
She testified in front of a congressional
You mean
committee for
investigated?
Benghazi,
That's
but there
different.
was never
Yeah, but
any-
they used the money from the foundation
I
for
think you're
that.
confusing that with the Trump Foundation that's using
No,
money to pay off their
no, I'm
lawsuits.
not.
Again,
No, I'm
there has
not.
never
they
been-
used money from their foundation to help Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely
in her
not.
case. Yes, they
And
did.
No,
but
they
I
didn't.
don't understand what case you're talking about because there is no case. Like she was investigated by the FBI and then she went and spoke about Benghazi for 11 hours, but there was no case
Yeah, I don't know
or
what
anything brought
indictment
against
you're
her. I don't know
talking
what
about.
you're talking about.
For her email scandal.
What about it?
There was no case, but they still used money from the foundation to help her
Help her what?
Tell for what?
in that situation.
But what?
What did
for
she need
what?
money for?
Like that's the thing. Like what would the money go towards? Because there was no.
What did she use? She didn't know. I don't understand what you're talking
No,
about.
because there's nothing for the money to go to anywhere.
What I think is that Jeremy just forgot what the money was used for. I think he's forgetting his source.
Oh, you were upstairs. What the?
Just talk to her. She can talk.
What
Yeah,
did the Clinton Foundation use money for to help Hillary Clinton when she was indicted?
She was not indicted.
Stop saying that.
When they took,
She was
okay,
gonna
Jeremy's
be
saying that Hillary Clinton took money out of the Hillary Clinton Foundation or the Clinton Foundation, whatever, to help her with something. Did that happen? Did you see anything about that?
I've seen a lot of articles about the Clinton Foundation and how they spend their money. And
What are
but I don't know. I'd have to
what are
look it up.
what are some uses that they do besides obviously just
Helping poor people.
Well, she's saying she knows other things. Whatever. Well, you know
You
what?
can
Well,
just
just
cut
drop
this, I
that point.
guess.
Just drop that point. Because you know
You
what?
can cut this, I guess.
At that point, we don't know if the Uranium One just donated millions of dollars to the Clinton Foundation
Well,
for the sake of
okay,
a,
no,
a
either way,
tax
the
break.
Uranium One, the fact that they disclosed that is a problem.
It does. It
They
does seem
didn't
weird that they
disclose
didn't
it.
that they
They
didn't
did, though.
disclose that information.
No. They didn't disclose it. They didn't.
Oh, yeah, they didn't disclose it. You're right.
I do think that it's weird if what Jeremy's saying is accurate about how they disclose all of their donors, but they didn't disclose this one. That
Which can be
seems
used for nuclear weapons to a country that we are
that-
supposedly.
It seems a
fearful
little bit
of.
weird. It seems a little weird, and so maybe Jeremy has a case. He just doesn't remember where his source is. So trying to defend you here, but I don't have any knowledge of my own.
Oh, look at that. Mom's day drinking, too.
I was reading the article.
Who loves day drinking?
I was reading the article, and as soon as I got to a point, they told me to stop. I mean, there was more to it, but they told me to stop.
All right. Well,
They got the gist.
I
Because I knew the story you were talking about.
I think we have the gist of all the arguments that have been laid out here so far. Jordan is a centrist. The rest of us are actual liberals.
Yes, true. Okay.
All right, so
I just want to get to this point.
Okay, you want to get to another
wait.
point.
I
just
Another
would
Hillary
like-
point.
I would,
Another
I
45
would just
minutes.
like him because he said that he said that he could defend her statements in the transcripts, and I just wanted to hear him defend them.
Again, I don't think anything was said in these
But I
transcripts.
want you to read them and defend them.
I don't know what the attack is. I can't defend against
Well,
an
all
attack.
right, we told you one: the public and the private opinions.
Yeah, she's talking about policy making and how people in the public they get uneasy when you're making deals. So you have to present different faces to your public and to your private constituencies.
Bullshit.
I don't think so.
Defend it.
Bullshit.
Why is it okay to do that?
What do you mean? Why is it okay?
Why is it okay to tell
Bullshit.
the public one thing
You
and then
tell
the
your
private sector
constituents
something else?
what you're doing. If they can't handle it, too bad on them. Fuck them. Say it. You don't
Defend
just
it.
don't just keep it behind closed doors.
Oh,
I agree
let
that
Jordan
Jordan
talk.
probably has
No.
an argument. I want to hear it.
I guess I would say that the general public has a problem accepting things at face value. When you're dealing with the public, you have to tell them what they want to hear. If you want to govern, kind of what you have to do sometimes.
Okay, well,
Okay, so wait.
Establishment.
hang on.
I'm
What do you
saying-
mean-
I'm
what do
telling
mean
you.
telling them what they want to hear. Are you saying that what Bernie Sanders was saying all campaign was just what the public wanted to hear and he wasn't
Let
actually
me
going to do
ask
anything?
you this.
I'm
Let me
not-
ask Jordan.
No.
Do you think
He had plans.
Do you really think the public is so stupid that they have to be talked to like children?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
People are stupid.
No, I don't believe that.
No. I believe people are stupid. I still think you should talk to them.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't
Because
talk
that's
to
why
them like
listen,
they're idiots.
That is why we have media
No.
experts.
People are idiots.
If
but you
you-
should still
If you
talk
talk
to
to
them.
them like
I
human
don't believe
beings,
so.
then we have media experts out there who can dumb it down for you. But you should still be able to talk to them in a fucking smart manner.
But you told me we can't trust the media because they're owned by 6 companies.
Well, listen, they are owned by. They literally have a liberal bias.
Excuse me?
Most of the media has a liberal bias. You don't agree with that?
I do not agree with that.
Really?
Why would they have a liberal bias? They have a money bias.
They have a
Exactly.
money bias,
And you know
yes.
what? Now, who owns all these media corporations?
Ooh, I have it. It's mostly oil companies, to be honest.
Conservatives.
Yeah.
They are the ones who are making money off of
Okay,
it.
but listen-
Why would they have a
but
liberal
if you
bias?
look at CNN, which is the 6th top contributor to Hillary Clinton's campaign.
CNN doesn't give money.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I don't think they're allowed to.
Yes.
No.
Yes. CNN, the company that owns CNN, is the 6th largest contributor to
Did
Hillary
you
Clinton's
realize that for the
campaign.
past like 4 seconds it was just yes, no, yes, no. Like,
know,
I think I kind of just kind of like.
How
what
much money do they
accentuates how
get
this
to the
whole argument's been
Republicans?
going.
Well, here's the thing. We have heard. What's that black guy's name on CNN?
Hey, what's that black guy's name?
what?
Don Lemon?
Don
Lemon.
Lemon.
Yes, he came out publicly and said it was the funniest thing. Jimmy Dore. Shout out to Jimmy Dore. He's also from Chicago. He came out and did a great fucking piece. He did a great video on Don Lemon, who basically in one of his CNN podcasts or like one of his segments came out and said, well, we hear a lot of stuff about Trump and then we kind of have to also do some stuff about Hillary and then like blah blah blah, like basically saying that they have to do bad for them and then bad for the Democrats.
Okay.
Like they have to kind of keep a balance,
Okay.
which isn't good journalism.
No, it's not.
If you
but
have to find
no,
a
but-
bad thing for one person and then find a bad thing for another person,
Correct.
But
not
that's
good
what.
journalism.
But they're not
It's
doing
not good
journalism. They're
journalism.
doing reporting.
See,
There's
that's
a
the
difference
problem
between-
with journalism today, is that they try and give 2 sides to every argument.
Correct.
And,
And there
there's
isn't.
not
Correct.
always 2
And-
sides
and
to
that's-
every argument.
exactly.
And that's not a liberal bias.
No. That's not a liberal bias. But the fact that when something bad happens with Hillary Clinton, like all the WikiLeaks stuff, they also have to report on something for Trump, or vice versa. If Trump does something bad,
Right, so
they
how-
have to report on something bad, which is just stupid.
Well,
Why
of
do they
course it
have
is,
to
but
do
that's got
that?
nothing to do with liberal bias.
That's the problem with reporting versus journalism. Journalism uncovers stories and finds issues and goes on point. Reporting, which is what goes on, they just kind of give information.
But the
around.
liberal bias that we're talking about, or at least me and Justin are talking about, is kind of.
I haven't watched the news in a long time, but when I was watching the news a lot, I would just see. It's so anecdotal what I'm about to say, which is why I don't want to say it. But when I would see news reports and stuff like that, it would all just seem to be kind of having this kind of left-ish swing, because the majority of our country is a little left-leaning, like even though if they don't know it. So they would always have this kind of like left swing to things when they're talking about it, or they would use
that's
certain
because
language.
that's because you would watch what your mother and I are watching, which means we're watching
But
stuff.
wait a
with
minute,
the left
what
leaning.
are the
No.
conservative news outlets besides Fox News? Where are they?
The Wall Street Journal, about 85% of the major newspapers in the country.
Oh, we're not talking about newspapers. We're talking about. We're talking.
We're
We're
talking
talking
about-
about media.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about.
If you're looking for
Basically,
television
like,
media,
television.
CNN.
So what do you got? So your choices are Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC, right?
Well, don't you also have like
PBS.
ABC and
Well, no-
ABC, PBS.
So those are local news. Those
Okay. How are ABC and NBC and CBS?
this is why I don't want to
bias.
have this argument right now,
Right,
because I don't have my information in front of me.
And
'cause,
what's the most popular? What are the most popular talk shows on radio?
would it be Glenn Beck?
Right wing radio.
Yahoo Answers.
So there's all your right wing media.
I mean,
that's
the
not your
highest
liberal
grossing
bias.
news network is Fox News. They have the highest viewership.
all right, Justin, you fucking failed me. Thanks for that.
I don't have it on me right now. I didn't think we were
yeah,
going
but
to get
you
to that.
said you were going to talk about.
Okay,
I
maybe
didn't
we'll get
say-
to that next week.
I didn't say I was going to talk about liberal media bias. I didn't say that.
Good show, guys.
Are we ready to wrap this up for this week? Or
Jesus
are we
Christ,
gonna
I
keep on
know
going?
something
want him
fun.
to keep defending. There's only one. We only got to one argument that he was able to defend for insurance.
And he
We
really
got more.
didn't even...
All right, we want more.
We
I
did.
know
We
you
did.
will.
We did the public versus private, and you defended that poorly.
Okay, well, I
The
wasn't
more
ready to
whiskey
defend
we
the
drink,
point.
the more defense we want. Let's
know.
go.
Now, all right. How do you defend her talking about keeping the regulations in house for the
for
banks?
Wall Street.
The people that work in the industry?
Right.
to
The only
also-
way that Wall Street will be fixed is by people on Wall Street. What do you think about that?
Hold on, I'm reading it one more time.
I think Elizabeth Warren should go in and kick ass on Wall Street. That's what I think.
She did good. She did good with Wells Fargo. She did good with Wells Fargo.
She did good with
She
Wells
kicked
Fargo.
his fucking ass, and the CEO actually he stepped down? He didn't step down. He
He had to give
contributed.
back $41 million.
$41 million.
Jeremy, can you push that mic into the thing more? It looks like it's about to fall out. There you go. Thank you.
Push it in. It's about to fall out.
Oh yeah, just push it. Oh, push it.
Yeah, we'll just
Push it.
we'll just sit in silence as Jordan reads.
Yeah,
I
Jordan,
am. Okay,
research.
so I want to read this real quick to you. It's about Teddy Roosevelt.
Ooh, Teddy.
Yeah, we also heard this. It's not a good argument, but go ahead.
No. She said, remember what Teddy Roosevelt did. Yes, he took on
Walk
what...
softly but carry a big stick. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
He said, yes, he took on what he saw
He
as
did.
the excesses in the economy. but
Whoa. Start over.
Okay.
Slow down.
So, remember what Teddy Roosevelt did. Yes, he took on what he saw as the excesses in the economy, but he also stood against the excesses in politics. He didn't want to unleash a lot of nationalist, populistic reaction. He wanted to try to figure out how to get back into that balance that has served America so well over our entire nationhood. Today, there's more that can and should be done that really has to come from the industry itself, and how we can strengthen our economy, create more jobs at a time where that's increasingly challenging, to get back to Teddy Roosevelt's square deal. And I really believe that our country and all of you are up to that job.
That means nothing because do you want to take
No,
it?
go ahead.
Because the industry is, as of right now, or the corporations are not giving jobs to our country. They're sending them overseas.
They don't give a shit. They're just trying to make fucking money.
Exactly.
That's
They're
all they
making
care
money.
about.
Okay, and that's a fair point. That's what they want. But why can't we work with people that are in the industry to make the legislation to make it fair for
Because
us?
But Jordan-
if they are just out there to make money, then there's nothing
They have no incentive.
that stops them from
I've-
putting out fraud consumables.
I don't
Because
see...
we see what happens when industries and lobbyists write legislation. It's fucking bad.
And Hillary Clinton has actually put a lot of people who were, corporate lobbyists or corporate CEOs into power in our government. She's done that. She surrounded herself with them.
Yeah, but you can't swing a dead cat in Washington without hitting a lobbyist. So Those are your only
But if
choices.
we're gonna vote for somebody, can we at least agree on what they're doing? And we don't.
All right, I'm voting for Jill Stein.
All I'm saying, my defense to this is you need to work with the people that fucked up, and so they know how the system works.
Without punishing them, right?
Jill Stein,
What
2016.
they did was awful, but I don't know if what they did was necessarily illegal.
Fraud. Fraud is not illegal.
Can you? I don't know the specifics of the actual deal, but I'm saying if you can prove fraud, you can go against them with it. I don't know if we can prove and try fraud.
The banks were selling. They were selling products or stocks, and then
That they
betting
knew
on
were
the
bad,
opposite.
yes.
They were betting on them to fail after selling them to
Yes.
people, telling them that these are good deals.
Those bankers should have went to jail,
They
and
should have
nobody
gone to jail.
did.
And it
No,
never
that's-
happened.
And my
Yeah.
girlfriend keeps saying that.
And well, then we should prosecute them for that instance. But
Hillary
no
Clinton's
one
never
is.
saying that. She's never
not
once
saying
said
that,
that.
no.
She's not
Ever.
going to.
Ever.
No, Obama didn't prosecute, so
We don't like Obama either.
I love
I
Obama.
like it.
Oh, well, you go ahead and
Obama's
like him, but-
mediocre.
but
He
I
doesn't-
don't like
I just
him.
wish he would have done more.
He can't. And you know what? The argument that he can't because the Republicans is bullshit. Because when he first came in, he had a Democratic House, he had a Democratic Senate. He had the odds on his side, and still he passed bullshit centrist policies. Even when
he's
it was on
yeah.
his side.
Yeah, they kept saying what a radical he was, and he was nothing near being a radical.
Corporatist, which is what Hillary Clinton is. Defend it then.
I don't know what you want me to defend. I'm saying I don't
just
think there's
said-
anything wrong
We just
here.
said, okay, we just told you that how there was fraud, how they were selling something and then betting on it to fail.
Okay, they weren't prosecuted. They can be prosecuted. She hasn't said they're going to, and I don't know what good it's going to do right now. We need to fix.
It holds them accountable.
It holds them
so
accountable.
That we don't
yes.
pay
It
for
sets a
it.
precedent.
Something needed to be done. It might be too late now.
I think
but
it is
something
too late now.
needed to be done. Yes.
So I don't think prosecuting them now is going to do anything besides make us feel better. That's all it's going to do.
So what did we learn this week? That Jeremy hates Hillary Clinton and Jordan wants to defend her.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty lively week, I think.
I yelled. I didn't think I
would.
was going to yell on this show.
Justin yelled. Jared said absolutely nothing.
Because this sucks.
I think this is going to be one of our most boring
No, I
podcasts.
think it's pretty interesting.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think last week was a little bit more fun.
Well, last week we didn't talk politics, did we?
No.
But I like talking politics.
I do too.
I
Yeah.
don't.
It's kind of the reason we're doing this, right?
So are we wrapping it up this week?
Can we
Can we what?
do we have anything like lighthearted to end on?
I have a website.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right, let's do that real quick.
I have a website where you can go. There's a guy. He has a website, and he ranks the top breakfast cereals of all time.
Oh, God.
And you can go on and you can vote.
Right. Raisin
What?
Bran.
It's vote based.
It's vote based.
Does it have like different categories of like this is a,
No.
a 5
It's
on the
just
crunchy
it's just
scale.
the best,
This
just
is
the
a-
best cereals of all time. And I have the top 5 right here. Number 5 is Captain Crunch,
Oh yeah.
which is awesome, except it tears up the roof of your mouth.
God,
Yes, it does.
you
Oh,
fucking
you hurt yourself so bad.
Vote based is bullshit.
Number 4 is Honey Nut Cheerios, which are awesome.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Number 3, one I don't like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
You
it's
guys
good.
eat that. I know you guys
I
eat
don't
that.
like it.
Okay.
If Reese's Puff isn't first, I don't know what.
No,
the
nope.
fuck
Number
is.
2 is Frosted Flakes.
Yum.
Yum.
good.
Everyone
Love
loves Frosted Flakes.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 cereal of all time, you guys have never heard of. Your Uncle Billy will love to hear this. It is called Quisp.
Nice.
It is called Quisp. It's kind of like Captain Crunch, except they're like shaped like a flying saucer. And the mascot for it was like some pink alien dude. And it was awesome.
seen this.
It was delicious. Quisp. Quisp.
Look it up.
And
Find
it
at your
is
local
rated
grocery
as
store.
the number 1 cereal of all time.
Why have I seen this guy before?
This week sponsored by Quisp. Find it at your local grocer.
And they haven't made it since like the 80s, but you can buy it online apparently.
Can you? You can still get it.
That's what this website says. You can buy it online.
But wait. It's Halloween. Or it's October. So, why isn't there, like, Frankenberry or Count Chocula?
Well, all right. If you want to go with what the Democrats say, that online voting is bullshit, right? Because when Trump was winning all those online polls for the first debate, they said that it was all bullshit because you can
he's
just
on a roll today.
because you can
He's
just
here to
vote
talk.
as many times
Well,
as
that
you
is.
want.
Well,
those
yeah.
are non-scientific
Well, so
polls.
then these cereals are fucking bullshit if you just because everybody knows Fruit Loops are number one.
No,
Everyone knows
Fruit
it.
Loops are definitely not number one.
No, I love Fruit
Fruit
Loops,
Loops
man.
are the
Fruit
shit.
Loops are not even
No,
better
I'm
than
not talking about
Captain Crunch.
I'm not talking generic Fruit Loops. I'm talking
Fruit
real
Loops are not
fucking
even
Fruit
better than
Loops.
Captain
real
Crunch.
The
Fruit
fucking
Loop.
real
The
shit
loopy
Fruit Loops are
goodness.
so good.
I don't know. I still think Reese's Puffs is still up there.
Jordan,
Remember-
you
what
must love Fruit Loops,
Remember?
right?
I love
Hey, you
Fruit
remember
Loops.
Paul? Remember Paul at work? He had that fucking. Or no, it was Angel.
It was Angel. He had
Angel
the,
had
oh,
the
man.
fucking vape, where literally this vape. I mean, I don't like vapes.
The guy I work with had the Fruit Loop vape.
Oh,
No,
it tastes. It tastes
It's
just
even
like
better.
the milk
It's the milk
after
the
you've
Fruit
eaten all the
Loops.
Fruit Loops. Oh, it tasted so
most
good.
specific
Like-
flavor.
Oh,
I can
Vape
imagine.
Nation!
Vape Nation!
Yes!
H3H3 shout out.
Yeah, Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan was on the Baited podcast. I recommend everybody go out and listen to that because that was a great time.
Honestly,
And
just
by the
look up
way,
H3H3.
I like
It's good.
I like the Baited podcast. It's fucking asshole Keemstar, Tommy C, which I like.
Wait, what podcast?
The Baited podcast.
What is it?
You wouldn't like it. It's basically about YouTube. It's about like YouTube drama, and they just talk about other things. But there's this asshole Keemstar who's on there, and then this guy Tommy C, who I like, who basically has gotten his
And then
start.
Colossal is crazy,
And
right?
Colossal is crazy. And they had H3H3 on there recently, the guy who did the Vape Nation.
Right.
They had him on there, and it was a good time. Basically, it gave H3H3 a platform to talk about some of the drama that's been going on with YouTube and him.
Why don't we get a platform?
We have to start making connections. We have to find people
Yeah.
near us.
That's why I'm shouting out to Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore,
Shout out to Jimmy Dore.
listen to this podcast.
Chicago boy!
Shout out to Philly D too. He's in Chicago.
Philly
Shout out
D?
to
Never
Al
heard.
Capone.
Philip DeFranco. I watch him. He's good shit.
He's a good guy, but he would never touch our podcast, man.
Oh no, our
We are
podcast
way
is fucking
too
toxic.
We are way too like
Cancer.
So what his main thing is he likes to give you what happened in the news, and then stay completely biased of it. He'll be like, "So what do you guys think?"
Well, that's
like,
no fun.
Well, yeah.
Well,
but
no, he
it's-
lets
it's
his
how he's
opinions
gotten-
in there every now and then.
once in a while, but he's very good at kind of keeping a very unbiased point
You
of
know
it.
what? We do need
Fuck
unbiased.
that. I want to give you my shitty opinions, and you're
Yeah,
going to take
I
them.
do think we need unbiased news sources though, and Philip DeFranco is a good.
I don't need
Here's the
any
thing.
unbiased news sources.
No, here's the thing. If you look at how the corporations
Oh god.
have turned whatever.
Corporations have turned.
If you've looked at how the corporations have kind of turned the media into, 6 large media companies
Right.
running everything,
Yep.
YouTube is a great place to go and find a bunch of different media sources that will give you their biased or unbiased or
Yeah.
opinions
You
that
can,
are just
you can
I-
listen
I
to
understand.
you can
Yes,
listen
I
to the Young
understand.
Turks. You can listen to Alex Jones. Like it's
Right,
all
Oh,
available.
who the
don't-
fuck wants to listen to Alex Jones?
Listen,
Who the fuck
if
wants
you-
to listen to the Young Turks?
Here's what I'm saying. If you want to go, and I listen to Alex Jones just because
He's crazy.
it's
He
good.
is fucking
It's
crazy.
good to listen to people who disagree with you.
It's
It
fine
is.
to
It-
listen to
it's fine
people
to
that
listen to
disagree with
people,
you,
but
but you don't
Alex
want to
Jones
listen
is crazy.
to whack
but that's
jobs.
why I listen
No, but
to.
just because you
that's
listen
why-
to him doesn't mean you agree with him.
Well, I know
You
that.
it's just good
Yeah,
to
but you
listen
can't
to
get
other
real. You can't get real information.
No, yeah, he's a
from
lot of
him.
No, but
he's a lot of
that, like-
conspiracy bullshit, like Michelle Obama's a man type shit.
My God, really?
Have you heard that?
No.
Oh God, yeah. Alex Jones has gone on numerous fucking podcasts and talked about how Michelle Obama's a man because if you look at her shoulders and how broad they are.
I just
and-
want to say this podcast
wait,
has
wait.
no problem with that. If you want to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, go right ahead.
And
Michael.
she says that
Michael.
he says that
Michael.
the
Obama.
reason that transgender is becoming such a big deal in this country is because Obama is pushing it so that once he's out of presidency, he can say that he married a transgender man, Michelle Obama, and it'll be okay. That's what Alex Jones likes to say.
That sounds
That's a man, baby.
That sounds like some logical reasoning to me. That seems to make perfect fucking sense.
It's great.
Just
It's
please explain to
fucking
me
great.
then his daughter.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Just
Next week, we're going to be a little more lighthearted. Maybe we won't be drinking as much,
Well, you
No,
know
we'll
what?
be drinking
It-
more.
but we might be drinking more.
it really-
You never know.
It depends on what WikiLeaks opens up. And listen,
oh my God.
Oh, Jeremy
wrapping
just
up.
got to keep
No,
sending
no,
it
no.
back.
I'm just
Oh,
saying-
that's
I'm just
that's
saying-
the Jack
I'm
talking.
just saying. How great would this have been if all this shit was released during the primaries and not the general?
Then Bernie would be running for
Exactly.
nominee for president right now.
But they waited till the fucking general, which it baffles me. But it doesn't really matter because, like I said, Trump has so much bad shit. He has so much baggage. It really doesn't matter what you put out about Hillary Clinton. Trump is gonna fuck himself over.
Like,
and his
Hillary
campaign
Clinton's
is
like the
so
default
bad.
president because Trump is just so bad.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't matter. Like, I can talk shit about Hillary Clinton fucking today
Not to mention,
the election. and she'll
if they would
still
have put
win.
this stuff out during the primary and people would have seen how fucking biased the DNC was and how, Hillary Clinton is sucking up to these fucking Wall Street corporatists and shit like that. It could have been a different story.
Yes,
it really
could have been. We're wrapping up.
All right, we're going to wrap that up, and maybe we can make some connections and have some real people listen to us.
Yeah.
Some real people.
I want to thank everybody who did listen to us because our viewership has been down.
I'm hoping to get Stevie G on the podcast next week.
All right, Stevie G, hopefully could be
hoping-
here next week.
Oh, cool.
And we'll be talking some hip-hop and
Rap
some
music,
really
yep.
cool music.
All right. Make sure
All right.
you...
Thank you for listening, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Please
Follow us.
comment.
Please.
We love seeing those fucking comments. We love responding to them, and we'll talk about them on the show at one point.
I do want to do, like, a podcast of just full comment response.
All
That'd
right,
be
if we
hilarious.
ever get any. And remember to follow us at JWorksProd, and follow us on Facebook at JWorks Productions. And thank you, Becky, for all the work you do for us. And hopefully we can do better next week. All right, see you next week.
All right, we're done. Time to go drink.